How are you? I hope you all are fine. So in this video, we'll discuss about how do our activities affect the environment. Okay. So as we all know that our unwanted activities leads to the and also that affect the environment. Okay. So here is given that how it affect. Okay. So here is given that we are an integral part of the environment. Okay, so we are like a human. Okay, so we are the integral part of the environment. Changes in the environment affect us and our activities change the environment around us. Okay, so changes in the environment, they affect us and also our activity that to change the earth. Okay, so environmental change affect us, like we can say the human, and our activities, those activities which are done by human, they affect the environment around us. Okay, now we have already seen in class 9 how our activities pollute the environment. Okay, so in class 9 we had already seen that how our activities pollute the environment, and in this chapter we shall be looking at two of the environmental problems, like in detail, like that is depletion of ozone layer and waste disposal. Okay, so in the previous class we had already discussed about the that how our looking for that how our environment pollute. Okay, but in this chapter we will discuss about the two environmental problems in detail. Okay, like about the depletion of ozone layer and also the waste disposal. Depletion, that reduction. Okay, so here first one, that is ozone layer and how it is getting depleted. Okay, so ozone layer, like O3. Okay, so is a molecule that formed by three atoms of oxygen. Okay, so it is formed by three atoms of oxygen, while O2, which we normally refer to as oxygen, is essential for all aerobic forms. Okay, as we all know that oxygen is very important for us. So the same thing is given that O2 sorry ozone is a molecule that is formed by three atoms of oxygen, but O2, that is we normally refers to as oxygen. Okay, like it is essential for all the aerobic function. Okay, like formed life, and with the help of oxygen we can live our life. Okay. Okay, so ozone is deadly poison. As we know that ozone is we can say that it is deadly poison. Okay, like a poison. However, but the O2, that is formed by two atoms of oxygen, they are very essential for our life. But this molecule that is formed by three atoms of oxygen, it is deadly poison. However, at the higher levels of the atmosphere, ozone performs an essential function. Okay, but at the higher levels of the atmosphere, this, like the ozone, okay, this perform an essential function. Okay, so what it saves the surface of the earth from the ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Okay, so it is deadly poison. Okay, but but at the higher level of the atmosphere, ozone helps to what prevent, or we can say prevent from the ultraviolet radiation. Okay, from the sun, and we can also say that it sails the surface of the earth from what, from the ultraviolet rays radiation. Okay, from the sun. This radiation is very harmful. Okay, this radiation is highly damaging to organism. Okay, it is very harmful for organism. Okay, For example, it is known to cause skin cancer in human beings. Okay. So here is one disease given that due to the radiations, ultraviolet radiation, there is a cause. It causes what? Skin cancer to human beings. Okay. So that's why it is very harmful. And but this ozone layer, which is already deadly poison, but still it prevent our Earth's surface from ultraviolet radiation. Okay. Now, ozone at the higher level of the atmosphere is a product of UV, that is ultraviolet radiation, acting on oxygen molecule. Okay. So ozone that is at higher level of atmosphere, it is a product of what? It is a product of UV radiation acting on oxygen molecule. Now, the higher energy, that is UV radiation, split apart some molecule oxygen into free oxygen and free oxygen atoms. These atoms then combine with the molecule oxygen to form ozone as shown. Okay. So with the help of this, the ozone layer is formed. Like firstly, the higher energy UV radiation split part from what? Some molecular oxygen into free oxygen atom, and this atom combines with the molecular oxygen to form ozone. Okay. Now the amount of oxygen, where the reaction is given. Now the amount of the amount of ozone in the atmosphere began to drop sharply in the 1980s. Okay, in the 1980s, the amount of ozone is began to drop sharply. Okay, this decrease had been linked to synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, and which are used as refrigerants and in a fire extinguisher in so this declination of ozone leads to what has been linked to a synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. Okay, it is a short form, and which are used as refrigerant and also in the fire extinguisher. Okay, so in 1987, the United Nations Environment Program succeeded in forging that an agreement to freeze CFC production at 1986 level. Okay, due to this, also the UNEP succeeded in forging that an agreement like to freeze the CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, production at in 1986 levels. It is now mandatory for all the manufacturing companies to make a CFC free refrigerator throughout the world. Okay, so it is very mandatory for all the manufacturing companies to make a CFC free refrigerators. Okay, throughout or we can say the all over the world. The next one is that is managing the garbage that we produce. Okay, in our daily activities we generate a lot of material that we throw away. Okay, so in our daily activity we generate many type of a lot of material, or we can say the lot of wastage that we produce, and they are thrown by us away. Okay, now, what are some of these waste materials? What happen after we throw them away? And let us perform an activity to find answer of this question. Here is a answer of this question with the help of this activity. We have let's see the activity, that is collect waste material from your house. Okay, so in this activity we have to collect waste material that is not in use, we have to collect that things in from our house. This could include all the waste generated during a day, okay, like kitchen waste of spoiled food, vegetable peels, used tea leaf, milk packets, and empty cartoons. Okay, waste paper, empty medicine bottles, stripes, bubble packs, old and torn clothes, and broken footwear. Okay, so these are the some waste are given of you can say that we generate in a day, during a day. Okay, bury this material in a pit in the school garden, or if there is a no space available, you can collect the material in old bucket, or we can say the flower pot, and cover with at least 15 centimeter of soil. Okay, we have to put this all the things into a, we can say, under the ground, like you can also put this one in the school garden, or we can say if there is no space available, you can also take a old bucket, or we can say our flower pot. And but the main motto is that, like, we have to put this all the things at least at 15 centimeter of soil. For this we can use our school garden, or if there is no place, we can also use the old bucket, flower pot. Okay, so after this, keep this material moist and observe at 15-day intervals. Okay, there is a day interval is given that 15 days. Okay, so keep this material moist and also observe the day. Now, what are the material that remain unchanged over a long period of time? Okay, what are the material which change their form and structure over time? Okay, so it is given that after the observation, you have to observe that what are that material that remain unchanged over a long period of time. Like period is given, that is 15 days interval. Okay, there is interval of 15 day, and you have to check that what material have remained unchanged, or what material are become change their form and also structure over time. Okay, of these material that are changes, which one changes the fastest? Okay, so obviously the footwear, the broken footwear. Okay, or we can say the bottles, empty bottles, they remain unchanged. Okay, they are made up of, bottles are made up of plastic. Okay, they cannot be, we can say, become soil. Okay, so many things like so you have to observe. Okay, and yeah, we have seen in this chapter on this chapter, like life processes, that the food we eat is digested by various enzyme in our body. Okay, so in this chapter, that is chapter 5, okay, of this class. Now here is given that this in this chapter we have read that food that we eat is digested by various enzyme that is present in our body. Okay, have you ever wondered why the same enzyme do not break down everything we eat? Okay, so here is given that, have you think that why the same enzyme does not break everything that we eat? Enzyme are specific in their action. Okay, for the different function, there are different enzymes. Okay, to for their action. Now the specific enzyme are needed to break down of a particular substance. Okay, for the we can say the for breakdown of food, our body used specific enzymes. Okay, not a same enzyme to break all of the body, sorry, all the food items. Okay, so that is why we will not get any energy if we try to eat coal. Okay, so that is why that if we eat coal, we cannot get energy. Because of this, many human-made material like plastic will not broken down by the action of bacteria or other saprophyte. Okay, so here is given this thing to understand this line that um, that when we have in our body we have the different enzymes for a particular substance. Okay, but still if we eat the coal we cannot get energy. So human made material like plastic that not be broken by the what, the action of bacteria. Okay, in the same way here is given that coal is also not be broken by the help of any type of enzyme, or we can say the coal are not digested by the enzymes. Okay, in the human being, in here the same way the action of bacteria, or we can say the other saprophyte cannot break down the what, the human made materials like plastic. Okay, so these material will be acted upon a physical process like heat, pressure, but under the ambient condition found in our environment, this persists for a long time. Okay, so for to break down this thing like a human materials, we have to use the physical process. Okay, like with the help of heat and pressure, but under the condition of ambient condition of we can say that we found in the environment, it remain was we can say the it remain same for a long time. Okay, or we can say unchanged for a long time, or it stay for a long time. Okay, so to the simple thing that to we can say to break. Okay, to break this thing we have to use, or we can say physical process. Okay, like heat, pressure. Okay, but under this, that is the what, action of bacteria or other saprophyte that is present in our environment. It cannot break down the we can say the human made material like plastic, like a coal that we cannot digest, sorry, we cannot get energy when we eat coal. Okay, substances that are broken down by biological process are said to be biodegradable. Okay, so that those type of substance which are we can say they are broken by the biological process, they are called to be what, or we can say they are called, okay, sorry, they are called biodegradable. Okay, so how many of the substance you have sorry you buried were biodegradable? Okay, so here is about that this one is the from activity like how many substance that you have observed that they are, we can say that you have buried. Okay, they are biodegradable. Okay, like vegetable peels. Okay, this one, the vegetable peels. Okay, used tea leaves, spoiled food. Okay, they can, we can say that they are biodegradable. Okay, they can be broken with the help of biological process. Now substances that are not broken down in the in this manner are said to be non-biodegradable. It means those type of substance which cannot be broken by the help of biological process, so they are said to be non-biodegradable. Okay, like plastic, or we can say the in the above activity we have seen the broken what, shoe, oh, footwear. Okay, milk packets. Now these substances may be inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time, or may harm the various members of the ecosystem. Okay, so these things may stay for a long time in our environment, and it is very harmful for the our members of the ecosystem. Okay, now visit any, okay, here is the activity again. After that, visit any town or city, and we are sure to find heaps of garbage all over the place. Okay, You have seen the any sorry you have visited any town or city you have, I hope you see sure about to find the heaps of garbage all over the place. Okay, visit any place of tourist interest and we are sure to find the place littered with empty food wrappers. Okay, in the earlier classes we have talked about the this problem of dealing with the garbage that we generate. Let us now look at the problem a bit more deeply. Okay. Yes, given when you visit any town or city or we can say the tourist place, you have seen a heaps of garbage, and even when you go in a tourist place, you have seen the wrappers. Okay, food wrappers, empty food wrappers. Okay. Now here is again activity. Okay, find out what happened. Improvements in our lifestyle have resulted in greater amount of waste material generation. Like change in altitude also have a role to play with more and more things we use becoming disposal. Okay, changing in packaging have resulted in much of our waste becoming non-biodegradable. What do you think will be impact on this our environment? Think over it. Like disposal cups in trains. Okay. Okay, to stop this, we have to what? Use the recyclable things, or we can say the eco-friendly products. Okay, that is friendly for the environment. They cannot, or we can say they will not harm our environment. Or for more for the garbage, we can use the what dustbins. Okay, the simple thing that everyone knows, but everyone make mistakes like silly this type of silly mistake that they will not put the garbage into the dustbin, they throw the at the roadside. Okay, and make a hit. This is very simple that we it is generally controlled by our human activities. Okay, if we are we can say about concerned about the environment, then we can still stop this type of things. Okay, by using dustbins, eco-friendly products. Okay, that you can say they will not harm our environment. Okay, so in this think it over like disposable cups entering. If you ask your parents, they will probably remember a time when tea in trains was served in a plastic glasses, which had to be returned to the vendor. Okay. So here is a question. Here is a given that when you ask from your parents that in their that time the tea in a train they are served in a plastic glasses, and they will sorry they again they had sorry which had to be returned to the vendor. Okay, now the introduction of disposable cups was hailed as a step forward for reason of hygiene. Okay, no one at that time perhaps thought about the impact caused by the disposal of millions of these cups on a daily basis. Some time back, Kulharts and that is disposal cup made of clay. Okay, so sometime back in earlier time, there is a Kulhart. Okay, we can say the how can I say like a cup size, okay, that is made up of clay, okay. So this type of cup, this is that is disposable cup, that is made of clay, but suggest is as an alternative, okay. But a little thought showed that making these colored on a large scale would result in the loss of the fertile topsoil, okay. So there is a little thought that showed like the making of this type of disposable cups, whose name is that kulhad, okay. So it can on a large scale it can result in the loss of top soil fertile, okay, fertile topsoil. Now disposable paper cups are being used. What do you think are the advantages of disposable paper cups over disposable plastic cup, okay. So in this mainly that is disposable paper cups are mainly hygiene, okay, and we can say it is environment friend, okay, sorry, eco-friendly, okay. Now also it is very easy to recycle, but the disposable plastic cup is only in about the hygiene, but the but it harms our environment, okay. So these are the advantages of disposable cup paper cups, like it helps in, it is also hygiene, or we can say that it is very easy to recycle, and also it is eco-friendly, okay. So this was the chapter, okay, like our environment. In the last section we have seen that how to save, we can say how to manage our garbage that we produce, and in the previous that we have seen the ozone layer and how it getting reduced, and in the previous one we have seen the food chains and food webs, okay. So this is our chapter, okay. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.